in Honorable Dr. Samuel Kachuti. And if you're looking for members of parliament who are read and who analyze issues, you have Dr. Sam Kachuti. And you must thank him for having lobbied us to come here. You need leaders who bring services to the people. To come and say, this is not for me, but for my people. So therefore, Honorable, I want to thank you so much. He has taken us around Kole.
All of you who lead us in Parliament, let me just say I thank you for the kind of remarks I have heard. And I want to add my voice on thanking my brother, Honorable Samuel.
Let Lango shine. We are behind you 24/7. But my humble appeal is, Mr. Chairman, as we bring development, I cannot forget about my party. I want now Honorable Samuel to come in a broad daylight and say, NRM Pakalas, thank you very much. We shall be with you.
We're just saying, our son, welcome back home. And thank you for coming to stand with us. But I also want to thank you for putting this venue. Some of you may have wondered, and I also wondered why he insisted to be deep inside a very rural area. But when he drove from the main tarmac inside, I'm sure there's one thing you notice. Not a single garden in Lango was empty. All gardens have been planted. Lango are hardworking people.
So if you don't have laws, rules, regulations, you cannot go to the market. So we are working on those, and so far we have worked with the Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Health, and agreed on something, and it has gone to Cabinet, and the Attorney General's office is looking at that law, and it will be coming to Parliament. And I ask that all our members of Parliament support this Food and Agriculture Authority, because it will control veterinary medicine. You go to one place. Chemicals in food, one place. Animal feeds in one place. Food safety in one place. We should hire an expert who has looked at how other countries run these kinds of safety laws and put that person there. We shouldn't hire someone because they come from Masaka or Kavale because they are that. These are the things we spend time. Outside, they don't even care who you're hiring. They care that they are professionals and they do the right job. We are working on those standards, because without standards you cannot compete. Number 3, I told you 4 things, I'm running late. 4 things. So in fact, you have the market. You have the standards. It's not enough. You need the infrastructure to get to the market. You don't have functioning small airports where an aircraft can land and take out cargo. Even when tourists want to come and visit here, they must first land in Entebbe and drive. You do not have labs that are functioning very well. You don't have standard gauge the President has spoken about for a very long time. Your cost of logistics is the highest in the region. By the time a Kenyan puts their food in a container in Mombasa, you are $5,000 down. That is 17 million shillings. For him, it is 2 million shillings. Do you think they will buy your product, or they will buy the other one, which is cheaper? So, per se, is really trying to work on things that are so difficult, so structured, that you find us in works. They don't understand us why we're in works. You find us in water. They don't understand. The reason we're doing this is that you must build an integrated way in order to face the market. You can't just say, I am foreign affairs, I have an embassy. No, nobody cares. Because other countries bring trade, agriculture, standards, finance, infrastructure, and they say we are Koreans, we're in New York. They don't tell you their problems at home. If you are not hungry for success, you will let our children down. Because our children are now smart. When I say our children, I have 4 children now. 20, 19, the language they speak, the way they see us organized, challenges. They think, well, how come some things work in other places, but here it's hard? I'm speaking to you as a brother. If we don't build a base for the next generation, starting with our towns and villages, we will have a lot of problems. We'll have people who do not value the work done by our fathers, our grandfathers, our leaders, because every generation must build a base for another. So, infrastructure on the water, infrastructure in the air, Uganda Airlines landing in Kinshasa, or London, or New York, these are things that bother us. Because if Uganda Airlines cannot land in London, yet Kenya Airways takes fresh fruits and vegetables from Naivasha straight into a supermarket. Yours has to go through Netherlands and they leave it on the tarmac. And they check and they find salmonella. You're not going to compete with your neighbors. Someone has to see things fully to the end, from the farm to the plate. If you don't see it that way, we are wasting time. Number 4, so you have the market. Some market now we have. You have standards. You have what? Behind, you have what? People are awake. You have infrastructure. Those things are not enough. What are we doing as PASAID? We have worked with the president to allow us to go raise money, external and internal, small amount of money, and put it on an account and say, we are not going to lose this money. What we want is that Honorable Samuel Osanta has an order for cassava in Congo. That person, we should take that order to that fund and give him money at 5% highest, and ensure that we allow him 6 months before he can pay anything, because the man has, or woman has to sell and come back. And then we should leave this money to be there for 2 to 3 years, so that if he is a serious person, if he has not taken money and married another wife, or taken this man and bought a car, that person is a business which can scale and buy from other people. It's going to take discipline. It's going to take culture change. Us. Culture is not just a kingdom, or culture is the way you see the world. The way we see the world is different from the way other people see us. We have an order of cassava of a lot of tonnage with China. We have a huge order of simsim. I want us to have a session on how do we actually execute these orders. Who is the grower? Who is the storer? Who is the transporter? Who is an off-taker? What monies are required in the process? Who picks that money? When do they pay? Who are they employing? This detail is going to need more time than what we are doing today. And say we are present in that market with products that come from our farms and our factories. That's our burden.